I know most of you, but for those of you who don't know me, hi, I'm Broderick. I'm a sophomore in 3rd year. I'm about to teach you a shim sham shimmy, so that's fun, right? Yeah. I was born in South Bend, Indiana at Memorial Hospital. I was raised there by both of my parents until I was 7. My mom and my brother and I moved back to South Bend. Starting in 4th grade, I went to a school district in Mishawaka, Indiana, which is really close to South Bend. Oddly enough, I did play some sports as a child. And when I say child, I mean like 5 years old. We tried t-ball first. That was fun. Wasn't my thing. We played soccer for a few years. That was a lot of fun. Basketball for a short while. I did not go through with that, which is interesting because now I'm so tall. It's the first thing anyone asks.
Let's give him a little music.
It's like a full-time job doing theater, but it's something I love. The moment I decided I was going to do musical theater full-time, that's what I was going to dedicate my life to, was probably seeing Newsies on Broadway. Well, I was a sophomore in high school, so like, it's fun to do, but maybe I'll be like a lawyer or something. And then I saw the show and I realized giving it up would just be too sad.
Good. What we'd like to do in advance, thank you for your patience tonight. This is going to be a lot of stopping and starting. No, why don't you go here? Well, let's try this. What if you guys crossed during this part? And then Lauraldo's going to come in about 8 o'clock, watch what's happening, and he may or may not dive right into some fight choreography.
Doing theater evolved from a hobby into something I found myself doing all the time. But I always liked to sing poorly when I was a kid. I had a karaoke machine. I'm sure I sounded awful, but my mom loved it.
I should bust out a picture of you when you're on the beach, Broderick, with your SpongeBob castle.
Did I make this?
You did. The Sports Illustrated
That's not
photo.
a pineapple at all. What was I thinking?
We're wearing tonight. Wait, I gotta.
I know my mom has really pushed for me to always do what I wanted to do, not what other people expected me to do or felt would be a safer option. She always really pushed for me to do what I wanted and what I felt was right and whatever made me happy. If I didn't have that support, I wouldn't be here. She just inspires me to, I guess, follow my dreams, as corny as that is. Going to college was just one of the things that she made sure we did. She has done everything she can to make sure that that's possible, because you have to go to college these days. It's hard to find good work, at least in this field, without going to school.
He actually had surgery when he was 17 on his chest. They had to cut him open because his sternum was on his chest, so we didn't think he'd fall again.
It was like my chest was concaved. Pectus excavatum is how they say it, I guess, medically. And it was pretty bad. It was not good. My ribs were actually resting on my heart and my lungs, which is crazy, especially if you're moving as much as like a dancer. I was in show choir, and I was always huffing and puffing my way through each set, thinking that I was just really out of shape. But turns out now my lungs just weren't taking in air like they could. So I have like a pretty wicked scar. Oh, I said it. I have a crazy scar down my chest. It's huge, but I can breathe now.
Casey, I found another evil-eyed one.
We don't like it.
No.
No, oh yeah, no, she's
No,
gonna
please.
see it. Another evil-eyed one.
No.
Yeah, I've already seen like all your pictures. Oh.
That's Anissa.
Yeah, that's something, Rhodes.
Let me introduce my friend. This is Casey Lamont. She is great.
Oh God, that's all you could say.
There's just too many things to say. We met freshman year. It was week 1. It was welcome week.
Yeah, we are both in the musical theater program, and so, I mean, we first actually met each other over, we had a group text of all of the how many of us are there?
13.
13 of us, and we were like getting to know each other, and I actually kind of thought he was heinous because he was using too many emojis, and for my liking. But then I met him in person. I thought he was really cool and funny. I mean, clearly you can tell his personality is off the charts, so I thought like this was somebody I could really see myself being close friends with, and here we are.
My first impression of Casey was probably, wow, you're so short.
Shut up.
No, it's not. I mean, look at her. She's so talented and looks amazing always, and always gives more than 100%. So adjusting to IU and being good friends at the beginning has really helped me to not be as shy as I was in high school. Really come out of my shell.
Cute.
Because of you.
I do agree. I push him so hard and like being more confident in himself because I think he has an amazing facility and amazing like natural raw talent, and he's such a hard worker. So I'd say my advice to him is just to keep going in the direction he is and never doubt himself, because I think that he's going to do some great things in regards to like theater and just like his life in general.
I think my advice would have to be the same.
Oh,
because we
please.
think the same.
Literally, people, when they think of our relationship, it's like whenever they think of Casey, they always think of Brody, and when they think of Brody, they think of Casey. Wait, cute. Cheers it.
Our friendship has gone from beyond friendship and pushed into family, for sure.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, took the words out of my mouth. He's like one of the people, like the very, very few people that I can literally go to for anything, and I never feel any judgment. He's like one of the relationships I think that's going to carry with me for the rest of my life. I mean, at least for
Definitely.
the near future.
Am I gonna die soon?
No, but I mean, we're living with each other in New York, so like I just like
in the summer.
and we're spending the summer together in Utah doing more shows. So
We have been in and will continue to be in.
a lot of like that's a
Everything
big
together.
activity for us.
Yeah. I know that when I got the call from the musical theater department here that I had gotten in, we were actually just leaving another audition for another school, and everyone just started crying. I was crying, and then without telling them what had happened, everyone was just sobbing because they assumed. It was one of the happiest moments of my life so far. It was crazy. This was actually the first college campus I ever stepped foot on, and it's a huge campus and it's stunning. It's the perfect college campus. I guess every college campus I toured after IU, it didn't compare. It did not meet the bar. I'm definitely here way more now than I am back in South Bend. So I've settled in for the long haul, at least until graduation. This is where I am now. People ask me, where do you live? I say Bloomington, Indiana. This is where I'm happiest. This is where I'm comfortable. This is where I can grow as a person, meet new people, develop my craft. And if I'm having a rough day, I can always come back to my house and I feel just as comfortable in a blanket on this couch than I did at home as a kid. So I guess I can't imagine myself being anywhere else than IU.